Boo! Hey Cedar Valley, welcome to the newest edition of the Arts Overlook. I'm your host, Ian Goldsmith. Every episode highlights the arts and entertainment of the Cedar Valley. Today we have a very special treat for you, a Halloween-themed edition of Arts Overlook. We start the episode by taking you out to the haunted woods of Eagle Lake, complete with my own on-camera commentary. Then I hang out with members of the Living Dead at a zombie makeup clinic. We follow it with a famous local artist take on a creepy classic, and we close with a preview of the upcoming show at Theater U+I, which opens on Halloween night. This isn't a trick. It's almost frightening how much fun this episode is. Don't get scared off because Arts Overlook starts now.
Art is thriving in the Cedar Valley. It's everywhere. But if you don't know where to look, you could miss it. This is your local arts perspective. This is the Arts Overlook.
Hello, this is Ian Goldsmith, and I'm teaming up with Shelby Gappa, and we're here at the woods of Eagle Lake, which is the home of the Waterloo Waterhawks. And we're about to enter the haunted forest. I have no idea what's out there, so wish Shelby and I luck.
The annual Haunted Hayride is put on every Halloween by the Waterloo Waterhawks ski team. Before Shelby and I rode the hayride, we learned a little bit more about the event itself.
We had a member, actually this has been our 16th year, that one year just decided that, we have this woods that we needed to do a fundraiser, that we would try putting some things in the woods. And since then it's just changed and been getting better every year.
Years gone by, we expanded our hayride route and expanded different ideas, and that's what makes our hayride unique. It's not the same thing every year, it's new ideas. And also it's just a great time of, Halloween, haunted hayride, haunted house season, and just having a scary good time.
Throughout the Halloween season, this scary good time attracts an estimated 2,000 or more people every year. The hayride is the primary fundraiser for the Waterloo Waterhawks ski team. These funds are vital in helping the team continue performing and skiing among all of the required expenses.
This helps us as a team put the boats on the water and equipment for next season.
The funds that are raised really do make a difference for the team, as the Waterhawks finished 6th in the nation last year, their best finish yet. The hayride is put on entirely by the ski team. Before the hayride starts, riders can get out of the cold and grab some delicious Halloween goodies, including some of the best hot chocolate I think I've ever had. When it's time to start the ride, people sit in a hay wagon that takes them through the scary Eagle Lake woods. Lasting about 20 minutes, riders laugh and or scream their way through the woods, hopefully making it back without being captured by any of the scary creatures.
All right, so Shelby and I are waiting here to ride the haunted hayride, and since I was a little nervous, Shelby told me a Halloween joke to calm my fears. You ready? Why was there no food left at the monster party? Because everybody was a goblin. I'm still nervous.
Anyway, the Waterhawks invite you all to attend one of their spectacular summer shows. But in the meantime, they wish you a very happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween! Ho, ho, ho. I'm not very skilled. That sounded like Christmas, didn't it? It sounded like Santa Claus.
With the encouragement of our new Waterhawk friends, Shelby and I decided it was finally time to face our fears and go on the hayride ourselves.
This is our tour guide, Carl, and I think he's here to protect us, but maybe he's not. Oh, that's just a tree. Oh, gee. Man, we're 30 seconds in and I'm already terrified.
Hey Dave, make sure you turn right up here.
Dave, that is a left.
Dave, turn right.
I'm pretty sure we're going left. Dave, no.
There is a little bit of a display of the people who have not made it on our hayride. They have been captured. Unfortunately, one of them was a Viking fan.
Oh no. Shelby, I hope that's not us by the end of this.
But the crew, unfortunately, they didn't make it.
No!
Skeletons did, making a skeleton pyramid 3 high. No water needed.
They may be dead, but at least they have great form still.
They got great form.
Great form.
They're Waterhawks for life, even in the afterlife. Wait, is that the train coming right at us? I can't tell.
I hope not.
Grandma, what are you doing? Get out of the way.
She's in the road.
Get out.
Grandma, please leave her. No.
Get out of the way.
She's really fast for a dead grandma.
No, don't point your finger at me. Stop it.
No! Grandma! Bad grandma! Bad grandma! Grandma, put the chainsaw away!
Well, with the train stop, we also have a bus stop. Only downside, it hasn't been visited in too long. They just never left. They're so old, they're still here.
No! Keep being patient, sir. So I know not to take trains or buses.
Or hayrides.
Or hayrides. I wish Carl would have told me that sooner.
Feel you need to get a little faith? Come to our chapel here.
I have faith.
Chopping them up good.
I have no words. I have no comments to that. There's none to that one. There's just none.
Come and get them, boys. Come and get them.
No, don't come and get them, boys. No, stay off of the wagon. That's not okay.
Cameraman! Why are you so nervous?
I'm going to be closer to the witch now. I think we got out alive. We're almost here. Wow. We made it, Shelby. We made it. Well, Shelby and I did make it out okay. I mean, obviously, since you're watching this on TV right now. Or did we make it out okay? We made it. That's it. Shelby and I made it out alive. We were both pretty nervous. Shelby, in particular, did not really like the witch. So we were... What? Shelby? Shelby? Reporting for Cedar Falls Television, I'm Ian Goldsmith. Shelby?
Whew. That was close. If you want to learn more about the Waterhawks ski team, please visit their website at www.waterhawks.org. Now, if witches and grandmas that carry chainsaws aren't scary enough for you, this next Arts Overlook package features the most popular spooky creatures, zombies. I attended a zombie makeup clinic as part of the weekend-long event, Cedar Valley of the Zombies. Hi, I'm Ian Goldsmith, and I'm here at the Zombie Makeup Clinic to see how you can become a zombie. The Zombie Makeup Clinic is one of the several events put on as part of the weekend-long festival, Cedar Valley of the Zombies. The weekend was a collaboration between the Grout Museum District, the Waterloo Community Playhouse, and the Cedar Falls Public Library. The weekend included many zombie-themed events, ranging from a zombie movie double feature to an author book signing. The makeup clinic was hosted by the Waterloo Community Playhouse and Black Hawk Children's Theater.
Zombie Makeup Clinic is the Waterloo Community Playhouse Black Hawk Children's Theater way to get involved with the whole zombie weekend. They came to us and asked if there was something we could do, and they thought, and we thought about this. It'd be great because it is definitely something up our alley. So what the whole event is people have come in and we put makeup on them. We zombify them. So we turn them into the undead. So that's basically what it is.
I do the farmer's market on Saturdays, and Anita came by and she was like, oh, my zombie makeup artist dropped out. And I was like, I can help out. I can come back and do that for you.
People from all walks of life came to the theater to become a member of the Undead. These people included kids, community members, and even some local bands.
A little bit early, before we officially opened, we had one of the bands come in. So we've put makeup on the bands, and it'd be really cool when you get a chance to see them because one of them did like a full torso skeleton. And then we had just, normal people that are coming in off the streets that want to have that experience of having zombified makeup.
So, what all goes into the makeup process to look like a member of the Undead?
We used some really basic clown type makeup because you don't need a whole lot of colors, but you do need a reddish, purplish palette and a little bit of green. You will want to use good makeup in order to do it. I've started a little bit already. I'm usually not this pale, but it's really just basic stuff. I mean, you can pick it up at any kind of Halloween party store, that sort of thing. So you really just want the right palette.
So there's kind of 3 types of zombies. There's the kind of newly dead, and they've got a lot of red in their face. And then the next step is you add a gray undertone or a whitish undertone, and then red on top of that, and then I call them medium dead. And then to get really dead, you throw in some greens and some blues and purples and just splash it all over your face. And you can put liquid latex with some Kleenex and like dig out holes and then add fake blood and drip it down there. It's super fun.
No matter what type of zombie they became, it was apparent that everyone at the clinic was pleased with their final result.
It was kind of fun to see how excited some of the people were. They had never even heard of a zombie ball before, and they just came and were like, I'm super excited. What are you gonna make me look like? And then some people had exact things that they wanted. Like one girl wanted the Joker face, and she's like, I really want that, and I want a big black eye. And so it was fun to kind of help them get the kind of zombie they wanted.
I love to see the people come in and not sure, but then just really diving into, oh yeah, this is cool, I love this. So that idea of really making the commitment to zombify and having fun with it.
After seeing everyone else get zombified here, I thought it was only fair for myself to get zombified as well. So makeup superstar Danielle is going to do the process from start to finish of me to become a zombie. Whenever you're ready. Stuff kind of smells. Am I doing that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. She said I have the perfect nose to be zombified. That's awesome. Thank you so much. That's great. That's how you become a zombie. Once we were all fully zombified, we headed over to have some fun at the zombie ball held at the Waterloo Amphitheater. There's one thing I got out of this weekend. It's that I now know how to blend in if we ever have a zombie apocalypse. Reporting for Cedar Falls Community TV, I'm Ian Goldsmith. It's time to go scare people. If you would like to learn more about the Waterloo Community Theater and Black Hawk Children's Theater, visit www.wcpbhct.org. The James and Merle Hearst Center for the Arts displays a favorite exhibit from their permanent collection every year around this time. The current exhibit features famous Cedar Falls artist Gary Kelly and his hauntingly beautiful illustrations to Washington Irving's classic, Sleepy Hollow. Shelby Gappa has more.
Fall, a time of apple cider, leaves falling, and scary stories. One suspenseful story that has transcended over time is the legend of Sleepy Hollow.
From the listless repose of the place and the peculiar character of its inhabitants, who are descendants from the original Dutch settlers, this sequestered glen has long been known by the name of Sleepy Hollow. And it's
Washington Irving wrote the tale of schoolmaster Ichabod Crane in his hapless attempt to win the heart and hand of Katrina Van Tassel in the context of a comical ghost story involving the infamous Headless Horseman.
On mounting a rising ground, which brought the figure of his fellow traveler in relief against the sky, gigantic in height and muffled in a cloak, Ichabod was horror-struck on perceiving that he was headless. But his horror was still more increased on observing that the head, which should have rested on his shoulders, was carried before him on the pommel of the saddle.
The short story was written by Irving back in 1849. The Cedar Falls Hearst Center for the Arts keeps this tale alive with their annual fall art exhibit, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, illustrations by Gary Kelly. Kelly illustrated the short story back in 1991.
To me, this is the quintessential autumn story. I've always loved this story. And when Creative Editions talked to me, I'd done 4 small books for them. And they sent me a short stack of manuscripts and said, we'd like you to do another book, pick one of these. I mean, it took about 30 seconds to choose Sleepy Hollow, because that's always been one of my favorite stories. I just love the atmospheric qualities of Irving's writing in this particular case.
When illustrating the book, Kelly took into account many different factors.
They're all pastels on paper, and I tried to stay as true as I could to the stylistic aspects of the period, which is about, I suppose, the last decade of the 18th century. And I wanted to make everything historically accurate in the pictures. It's not rewritten for little kids. I mean, it's the original manuscript by Washington Irving, so I wanted to stay true to that.
Aristotle would have referred to it as ethos, if you will. And Gary Kelly is the master at ethos, of making sure that his pieces reflect the period of time that he is drawing, and that they're not chronologically prejudiced.
Kelly even took a trip to Tarrytown, which is Sleepy Hollow, to research the setting of this classic story. There he viewed the famous sites to become accurate with his illustrations. Such sites include the cemetery, restored barns, and the infamous bridge that Ichabod had to run across in order to escape the headless horseman.
The bridge, like I said, has been rebuilt to what they assume would be the specs from that period. It's not a covered bridge. All my research, and I dug and dug, could not tell me that covered bridges were common or even invented in that part of America at that time period. So unlike the Disney version or the Johnny Depp version, it would have been highly unlikely that there was a covered bridge in the story. There's a bridge, but not a covered bridge.
All Kelly's work made the story come alive to readers who have viewed the story over the last 20 years. Not long after the James and Merrill Hearst Center for the Arts was built, they pulled funds together to buy Kelly's collection. The Art Center went to various local businesses and got them to sponsor one piece of the collection. By doing this, they not only added beautiful artworks to their collection, but also managed to keep them all together.
I'm happy that the Hearst Center decided they wanted to own the entire collection, because it's nice to have it all together in a place where I can come and visit. I have, like I said, probably 20-some additional books to this one, and there are no others that are in one place. You know, people will buy some of the originals sometimes, and they scatter. So they're never together like this, and so that's what makes this special.
Even though this exhibit is shown every year, it still manages to bring in new fans annually.
We get new people every year for this exhibit, especially, you know, the younger people. You know, the children come, you know, the 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds, they come and they're just so drawn into it. It's, you know, it's really kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like addicting. It has an addicting quality because it's such an unusual ethereal presence. It's something about the light, it's something about just the masterful spirit that you can feel Washington Irving's presence in these pieces. And I think that's what the children really relate to. It's something that, that just reaches out to them as young people and really gets them inspired, which we love to read, because they can pick up the book then and read the words of Washington Irving. So we love that. We love that connection because, well, you know, James Hearst was a farmer poet. So our ministry or mission or what have you has always been to connect with the written word, not only visual arts, but the literary arts.
The Legend of Sleepy Hollow exhibit is shown in the fall annually and typically starts before Halloween and goes through to December 1st.
The old country wives, however, who are the best judges of these matters, maintain to this day that Ichabod was spirited away by supernatural means. and it is a favorite story often told about the neighborhood round the winter evening fire. The bridge became more than ever an object of superstitious awe, and that may be the reason why the road has been altered of late years, so as to approach the church by the border of the mill pond. The schoolhouse, being deserted, soon fell to decay, and was reported to be haunted by the ghost of the unfortunate pedagogue. And the plowboy, loitering homeward of a still summer evening, has often fancied his voice at a distance, chanting a melancholy psalm tune among the tranquil solitudes of Sleepy Hollow.
Thank you, Shelby. The Sleepy Hollow exhibit will be on display from now until December 1st. While visiting the Hearst Center, be sure to pick up the book and read along with the stunning artwork. To complete our Halloween episode, we take it out to Theater U&I. The second show of the 2013 and 14 season is the popular coming-of-age musical Spring Awakening. Opening on Halloween night, the show promises to be a wild night of music and theater. Spring's Awakening is a bizarre German play written around 1890, depicting a group of youth as they struggle through overwhelming hormonal development and suppression from adults.
And they can't figure it out. Their parents won't tell them anything. Their teachers are abusive and rigid and German and hostile. And they go nuts. I mean, they just sort of explode with their hormones, and terrible things happen.
In the early 2000s, Duncan Sheik and Steven Sater turned this controversial play into a musical by supporting the 1800s setting with a modern rock musical sound.
They write this amazing score that expresses all of that feeling of teenage rage and frustration and not knowing what to do, but still being compelled by their hormones to do the things they do. They've got that perfect sense in this show of this is the way I act when I'm with my parents and my teachers, but this is what's going on inside my head right now.
The musical quickly became a nationwide hit, particularly popular among youth and young adult audiences.
I was first introduced to Spring Awakening when I was early on in my high school years and thought it was a fantastic show. You know, oh my goodness, everybody loves this show.
The musical relates well with young audiences as it demonstrates the angst of growing up and discovering the world, a feeling that many of us have experienced at one time or another.
It's interesting because each character develops differently in that mindset of not knowing where life is taking you, and how each different character's plot lines develop through that mold and that theme.
Spring Awakening to me is just literally an awakening. It kind of brings back all those adolescent feelings of having your first love, of experiencing just new things in general. So I think just exactly what the title is, just an awakening of sorts.
The U&I Department of Theater traditionally puts on one musical per year in collaboration with the U&I School of Music. Musicals present a unique challenge compared to stage plays, since the cast and crew have to balance acting with singing, dancing, and more.
So we started off workshopping with just music, which was extremely exciting, just to kind of jump right into things. There was no hesitation at all. And then we moved on to dance, which was a bit more difficult, but I think Dan Wells did such a great job guiding us that the process was not as difficult as I personally thought it was going to be. And then we moved on to scene work and kind of putting everything together. And so it's just been this kind of like a cake, a bit of layering things.
It is hard work. We work, I want to say about 20 hours a week on the show, not to mention outside lesson times and meeting with someone just to discuss, can I talk about my character? Can I talk about why am I doing this dance move? Why is my character singing this super high note that I can barely hit? But, little things like that. So it's definitely been a fun, but not necessarily easy road to getting to the show.
I don't know, it's gotten a bit easier as time has gone on, but certainly the excitement level hasn't gone down at all.
Although musicals are a challenge, they tend to draw many students from all over campus to audition.
Yes, if people come out of the woodwork to be in musicals. We have theater majors and music majors and electronic media majors and teaching majors, and we got a terrific cast, really wonderful singing in the show. I sort of sit in the audience and clutch my heart.
Oh, my favorite part is the music. It's very much the music. We got in here, and I've listened to the music before, but it wasn't until we actually started singing it that we realized how pretty it was.
My favorite moments have been when everything comes together. So when, you know, we're warmed up, we're ready to go, the music is fantastic, we're all kind of feeling this energy, you know, within, you know, the directors, the cast, the instrumentalists, when everything kind of comes together is, I think, is just the most amazing experience.
One thing for the audience to be advised on is that this show possesses a lot of heavy content and is meant for adults.
I just want to make sure that people know that there is a lot of strong language in it, and it's not for kids. I would say probably not under high school. There is some nudity and there's simulated sexual activity, so that it is an adult show.
With that said, the show promises to be a powerful night of entertainment.
The ensemble pieces really, I think, have the potential to move people, and I'm very excited to see overall how the show and all of each element truly affects everyone.
So to come in with an open mind and really take it for what it's worth, take it for the music, take it for the storyline, and really, if you're uncomfortable with the content, look past maybe the offensive words that you're hearing and actually hear the message that's being told, because it's applicable to times that are like to now, where a lot of especially college students are, and it's a great show for a college. I don't think I could have picked a better show for people around, you know, our age. It's definitely, it's fresh, it's new, it's exciting.
Spring Awakening will be presented by Theater UNI on October 31st, November 2nd, 7th, 8th, and 9th, all at 7:30 p.m., as well as November 3rd and 10th at 2 p.m. If you would like tickets to see Spring Awakening, call the Strayer-Wood Theater box office at 319-273-6381. Or you can visit the UNI Theater website at www.uni.edu/theater. Again, if you want to see Spring Awakening, visit www.uni.edu/theater. Before I go, it's only appropriate to leave you all with one more incredibly corny Halloween joke. What did the Mummy director say after the final scene was done? You give up? Okay, that's a wrap. Oh man, every time. Well, that's a wrap for us on this episode. Until next time, I'm Ian Goldsmith. Thank you for watching.